If you've been involved in a car accident in Brooklyn, New York, you may be wondering, how much money can I win? Well, the answer depends on a number of factors. The two main important factors that determine how much money you can win in a car accident are known as liability and damages. In fact, when you go to trial, there are two separate trials. One for liability, which answers the question, who was at fault? And another one for damages, which answers the question, what are my injuries? What is my diagnosis? And what is my prognosis for the future? So looking at these two factors, depending on how the accident happened and whether we can prove that the accident was not your fault, but the fault of another driver, you would be entitled to more compensation if you can prove that the other driver, whether it's a truck driver, a motorist, a commercial vehicle, was at fault, and that you, as a driver, were not at fault. For example, if you were stopped at a red light and were rear-ended by another car, clearly you would bear no liability for having been stopped, having come to a complete and full stop, and then having another car hit you in the rear. That would be an ideal situation in terms of liability. Then in terms of damages, the question really is, what is your medical diagnosis? So for oftentimes in car accidents, people suffer back injuries such as herniated or bulging discs. If you have a herniated or bulging disc, then that case may be worth a certain amount if you only do physical therapy. However, if you choose to do a little bit more treatment by seeing specialists, by getting the injury taken care of, for example, pain management might be injections or even a micro discectomy to relieve a herniated disc, then the value can go up dramatically. The value can go up from a physical therapy case may only be worth $20,000, whereas a pain management case with pain relief injections could be worth closer to $100,000. And then a case with a microdiscectomy or percutaneous discectomy could be worth from $250,000 to $500,000 or more. And then if somebody has debilitating pain and they may require what's known as a spinal fusion, well, then the case could be worth more than $1 million, even more than $2 million, depending on all of the different elements of damages and how they come into play and the proof that we can make at trial.